Hey everybody, FunshineX, welcome back to Star Technology. It's been a little while. Don't get as much time to play, and it takes much longer to progress. So combine those together and we get fewer episodes. I did build a few things. I noticed we were missing a wood gas processor, so I built that distillery here. I'm getting a ton of carbon dioxide, which I'm just voiding. Is there any use for that? Somebody tell me if I shouldn't be voiding that and should use it for something else. Carbon monoxide, I probably should void as well. But that gives me a bunch of hydrogen, which I was actually running out of. Methane, which I've been crafting a lot, and that's probably why I'm running out of hydrogen. And some ethylene, so all good stuff there. Over at the passives tower, I've added some more EBFs and reconfigured how these run. So I've got enough ready for, 12 more? 3 quads? These are quads, but they're running different element or material in each one. So I've got all the tungsten ones here combined with the shellite. Got some tungsten steel and some RTM, some palladium, canthal, just all the ones that we've unlocked recently. Neodymium, Enderium, and lumium. And how I'm making all these work is I've got like little candelabras or Christmas trees of stuff here. The basic ones, the ones we had before, I've just got a drawer here now with a super high priority set. Oh, never mind. That's not a super priority. Did I just forget that one? Yeah, I just forgot this one. Whatever. Make it super high, so anything coming out of this output bus should hit this interface and then look for a storage location. And it should go right here because this is the highest priority storage location. This thing can hold up to 16,000 nichrome, but I've got limiters on here, so that after I get 512, I don't need to craft anymore. It'll actually keep making up to an extra stack, so we could closer to like 700, which is fine. But I just didn't want to get like 20,000 or something and have it fill up my system and always be running. I only need to run this when I need it. So yeah, it's just going to export nichrome when it needs to, and then the nitrogen is just always present there. So that's the same on all these: the titanium, the stainless steel, aluminum, steel, and silicon. But some of these I've got set to keep 1,000 in there, just so it has some more. Then these ones, I've got pretty much the same setup. So again, a storage bus here, the very high priority, and the interface comes out somewhere. Oh, I'm using no, that's the export of the nitrogen. That's the lumium dust, which is limited to 512, I think. Oh yeah, I've got the exporters on top. I probably need to move these so I don't have to run cabling across the top, but the output is coming here into an interface for all those. So anything that's currently on right now means I have less than 500 of it. Although this one is now turned off, so it should no longer export anything in here. It's just finishing with whatever residual dust was there, which is fine. I don't need exact amounts. I just want around 500 of each of these. Titanium or tungsten is very slow. Then all of these are done now. So we have a lot of resources ready to go for anything we need to build. The other thing I've added here is an extra vacuum freezer. And this is producing liquid helium. And liquid helium is actually used in the vacuum freezer. So I could just output what comes here to process this one, but I should. I don't know. So I've got an output hatch here, and I don't need a ton of this stuff, so I've actually just stuck a storage bus there, so my system can always just see 16,000, and that'll be an easy way to just keep 16 buckets stored. That's 16 buckets, right? Not yet. Yeah, 16 buckets. That should be plenty. And then this one, again, is just an interface to store the ingots back where they go. And then this one is a storage bus to put the hot ingots here. So when they come out of there, this is the highest priority storage they can go to. Puts them in here. The input bus sucks them in there into the freezer. So that works great for that. And then I found a solution to my problems with the LCR polluting my network. I tried a bunch of things. You guys suggested a lot of comments, but I'm still having just issues where once the storage that I had was full, it was just filling up my main base storage. And the best way to do that is just to keep a level meter so it will never go beyond the storage. That was a simple solution. I should have just done that to begin with. But yeah, so this one is storing water in here. And as soon as I have more than 8,000 buckets of uric acid, it just stops providing water. And then this machine can't run. And then I have the output hatch actually going into an ME chest. And this is technically a subnetwork because it's not connected to any network, right? It's got a quartz fiber here, meaning it's just passing power there. And so it just acts as its own little network of storage. And so I can just have a big card here. But 8,000 buckets is almost one card amount. So this is a perfect amount of storage for the 8,000 I need. And it'll store a little more in case this puts too much water in there. And then I've just got a storage bus here so the rest of the system can see it. And so this should never pollute any other network. It's like its own network, and this storage bus will just grab it when it needs it and can provide it to passive storage tower or to the main laboratory. So that works for this one. Maybe it's overcomplicated and there was another way I could have done it, but this worked pretty well. Ones that are providing two, I should probably start like getting colored cables so I don't have to have all these quartz cables and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, so this one is actually producing two different fluids. So I've got an interface there that is only connected to this chest and this chest. And an ME network, as long as you have less than 8 things on the network, doesn't need a controller or power. Or well, I guess it gets power from here, but it doesn't need a controller. So it's fine to have these two chests here. And this one's storing styrene, and this one's storing more hydrogen if it needs it. So I don't remember what this is even processing. Oh, ethyl benzene. I had a bunch of this, and I looked through and I'm like, there is no use for ethyl benzene other than turning it into styrene. I'm like, okay, well, I'll turn all my ethyl benzene into styrene. That sounds great. And you can see we are completely, well, almost completely out. Every once in a while it gets a little bit. We need to mix that. Oh, this is some of their output or something. I don't remember what's that's doing. Oh, this is the input. No, it's a hatch. Oh, because there's two different fluids coming out, so they need their own thing. And then, as I was in the middle of building this, I read a comment, and it said, you should be using ME hatchets and buses. And I was like, I don't even know what those are. So I looked it up and watched another video on these, and these are actually really cool. Because a lot of recipes, you need to provide multiple fluids, and it's a little bit challenging to do that with planergistics and with level emitters and all kind of stuff. It just takes up a lot of space. And there are things called dual or quad hatches that'll let you have multiple fluids. But you can see the cheapest one of those is LUV. And I'm not into LUV yet, so I can't do that. However, this ME input hatch, I can put up to like 16, 16 fluids in here. That's amazing. So I've just got 3 buckets of butadiene, a bucket of styrene, and then some oxygen, 15 oxygen. And I'm not sure what the max is here. I do like bigger than 0. I don't know. I guess because they're not an actual thing here, I can't. But so yeah, so that lets me put 3 different fluids in here, and as soon as this processes, it'll actually make whatever this is, carbon dust or something. But it also makes. Oh yeah, this is the styrene butadiene pulp or something. I can't remember what it's called, but okay, we'll know right here. You mix styrene butadiene rubber dust with sulfur dust, and that makes your liquid styrene butadiene rubber, and that's the best rubber in the pack. So if we change all our recipes to use this now, we're going to get a much better return over just regular rubber and whatever polyurethane or whatever. I don't remember all the names of things. And what am I making here? I'm making formic acid and oxygen. I think just because I had. Oh, I'm voiding my carbon dioxide here. I was like, does carbon dioxide have a use? And this is its use, I guess. Making formic acid. But I don't know what formic acid is used for, so who knows? But yeah, so that's my LCRs. And I can just keep adding them. I'm going to run out of power eventually and have to put another converter, but I'll do that, and we'll do some mixers, and we'll meet in the middle somewhere. Make some more freezers if I need them, and who knows what else will go in this for. That took a lot to explain. Over here, let's see, a few things I've done. I built a few level 4 solar cells. Just 5 of them so far, but these are producing 8,000 FE per tick. So divide by 4, you get about 2,000 EU. So one of these can run one EBF, about, I think. I don't know, if all the EBFs turned on, that would eat chunk my power like crazy. I start building a roof on this, but this area is still neglected. It's the old base. Let's see, anything around here? Not really. Yeah, I think we're good. You might see various little things change, but not anything grand. I think I put these framed walls. I might have showed that next episode, but started to make this room look a little better. And what's really cool, guys, is we are almost done with the chapter Automation Age. There are only 2 things left. So did 2 quick things. I programmed an Energium in here, which is just an autoclave of Energium dust, which is ruby redstone mixed up. So that was just 2 recipes I had to create. And then with that Energium, we can make all the nanosuit, which is carbon fiber and Energium. And so you can see I am now wearing all that, except for the boots. I still have jet boots. I think if I upgrade the nano muscle, this has a built-in jetpack. But then I have to build... I just need to build the advanced electric jetpack. Yeah, I don't want to do that. I just leave the boots. They seem fine. And the other thing I did was put the recipes in for the EV upgrade kit, so all easy stuff there. And then I crafted these 16 amp energy hatches. Someone explained in the comments why those were good, but I was like, no, I'll just use 2 IVs. Or, well, I'll use an IV instead. Yeah, the amount of stuff to make this was just insane. So the 2 things we have left, one thing is the advanced SMDs, and the other thing is the alloy blast smelter. And if I didn't take too long, like explaining what we've done so far, I think I get both of these done today. So you'll see I've got the alloy blast smelter. We need to make them liquid polybenzimidal, I think it's PBZD, for one of these. I can't remember. One of these takes that one, I think. But it's also going to be used in nether stars. You see I've queued up some things. That's if we get past all this stuff. Got some stuff ready. We want to build some of these powders, turn them into shards, and get the right liquid, and then we can start making nether stars. And I don't know why we need nether stars, but it seemed cool and it was a quest. So yeah, it's like all here. So let's get the liquid polybenzididal. Nope, that's not how you spell it. Polyben. There we go. We'll just call it polyben. And this is going to be mixing diphenyl and diamino benzidine, which I think, was that a quest we never finished? Yeah, it's right here. So let's get those made. What's up? This is dichlorobenzidine and ammonia with zinc dust in an IV chem reactor. What of those do we have? Why didn't it? Oh, because the zinc dust is not consumed. That's interesting. Okay. This should be all right. Am I going to need lots of this? I could put it on passive. How much polybenzimididol am I going to need? So it's used in the assembler a lot. Yeah, I think we want to make this passive. Okay. Can I make this? I'm just doing chem reactors, but trying to think if I want to build a deposit tower or just make a recipe. And this is what's throwing me. I'm having 2 fluids. Huh. Let's go look at our current LCR. See if we think we can do this. So if I put the recipe here, we're actually running out of recipes, but I could put another pattern provider there. It would go into this interface, and yeah, I think it could stick stuff where it went. We would just need to put in another input bus. This is an input bus. We would just stick a zinc there, and then we just occupy that spot forever. Let me see, how many input buses do I have? Just one. Let's try it. Famous last words, but we'll see. Okay, so we come here, make this recipe. Go ahead and get zinc dust. Tons of it. We know how to make both of those from previous efforts. Here. I think we're going to take up all 3 of the remaining spots today. So just put this zinc right there, I guess. And let's request some amino. Will you work? Put dichlorobenzidine there and ammonia. Oh, did it need a IV? What are we running at? EV. Okay. 2 HVs. Put a second LCR here. Or I can just cut the cable off this one. I think we're going to do that. So let's get let's just get 1 IV hatch. Should be fine. We're going to need some shellite cable. I even have. We're going to need an IV, like just 4 amp maybe. Okay, and then we can disconnect this. Just disconnect it here. And there has been a lot of comments like, why are you doing it this way? Or you should be doing it this way. And honestly, I'm so naive to what GregTech does that I'm just trying to figure it out as I go. So feel free to post positive comments in there of things I should be doing differently, because I don't have any preconceived expectations. I'm just doing it. All right, we'll get rid of these HV hatches in the IV. And I guess I could stick another ULV bus right here, because we've got an extra one, extra space now. And we'll just put the zinc here. Okay. And now we just need that. Okay, so that has now started to cook up. Beautiful. And that should process a lot of our stuff a lot faster now because we're running an IV. Beautiful. Okay, happy about that. Let's stick that back there and that. Next recipe. I should have remote terminals, but that's just easier to come here every time. Okay, check that one off. Now diphenyl acetate. It's phenol, sulfuric acid, phthalic acid. And I just made phthalic acid earlier from the carbon dioxide, so beautiful. So that's also IV. 3 different fluids. I think we're fine. So we can go tubes. Let's see. 1 there. There's so many green things. Let's get so 2 buckets of that. Should be pretty quick. Maybe there's 1. Okay, and then with that, we need to program this one. I don't want phenol. I want. Okay. Whole so many fluids. Oh, that's going to test our LCR to see if it can handle things the right way, because we've just kind of hope and prayed this thing works, and it seems to be doing all right. I think there was one time I came here and there was too many fluids here and it was messing it up. It got confused about what it was crafting. It looks like it's doing okay. Okay. Happy there. So that's that done, I guess, assuming it works. So let's build this alloy blast smelter. I've actually got all the things I think I need for it, other than a few hatches or buses. And I'm going to build it in this tiny little room. It was just void space between this room and the hallway that I have finished, but there's plenty of space here. The only problem is it's 8 spaces across. I was like, that sucks, because I need 5. I'm going to have 2 on one and 1 on the other. Maybe I move this wall out. I don't know. So thinking I might move that wall out. Let's build it right. Here's the middle. Okay. And if we look at usage on this, it's going to be controller. Oops, too far away. And there is a tool you can get, will kind of build it for you, or at least show you an outline, but I have more fun building them myself. So base level, we've got a bunch of hatches and buses, but let's just put these guys in. That'll be the general shape of it. It said copper nickel, but I just went nichrome. I could probably upgrade to HSS or even further RTM or whatever, but I don't know what I'm going to process in here yet. I'm really only building it to do the quest, and then later on we'll figure out what we actually want to process in here. But is this just an outline? Yeah. Outline and then those. And then so we build the vents. But yeah, 24 coils is not that hard to make, so probably do that. And then I'm going to do 2 IV, so technically we're going to get what LUV is after IV, I think. Got a muffler that we need to put in the middle. Why do I have 2 auto maintenance hatches? No idea. But yeah, so let's put our maintenance hatch here, muffler in the middle. There are 10 buckets done, beautiful. Put our energy hatches. Yeah, they're fine up top. So I'm going to do them right here and here. Don't need this. Okay, so normal recipes of this. And again, I think I just need energy, or we got the energy hatches, muffler, and maintenance. So it's just output hatch, input bus. So it can take an liquid or solid and it turns it into a liquid. Is it always? Oh, some of them are a bunch. So we might have to set it up like the LCR. Have a storage bus on an interface. Or a pattern provider onto an interface. Okay, so I'm thinking the most items I've seen is 3. Oh, there's a 6er. 6 inputs of solid and up to 3 liquids. Well, actually, do any have a 3rd liquid? I'm only seeing 1 on most of these, 1 or none. Some are 2. Okay, and they're all small amounts. So I think we'll get ULV buses. We'll get 6 of those. And we'll get LV hatches, 2 of those. And then what is the output going to look like? Just 1 liquid. And it's not a lot. Very small amounts. Okay. So output hatches, LV is probably fine. So let's put our solids here. Put them on both sides. Now, if these have different circuits, that could be challenging. And I might flip these down with a wrench later and do everything from up below. Let's do input, and output. All right, just need to finish off the top. And we broke it. What are we missing? And the energy things go there. Some of them are very picky about what can go places. No, that seems fine. That seems fine too. So it seems like all these are okay. But anything. These are definitely only the heat vents. That's just a 3x3 ring, right? Yeah. And can't say that we've got too many hatches and buses because you need this many, right? Sight it. No, don't put a block down. I wanted to light it up. Looks fine from inside. Does it not work with like LV and ULV? Is it like, oh, maybe you can't overclock it. Maybe you can't overclock it. Let's try that. That's was not the case. Oh, I hate troubleshooting these. I wish it would. I mean, it obviously knows there's something wrong. Why not just say what is wrong, then just structure incomplete? Let's look here again. Yeah, it says it could take up to 2, so you definitely can overclock. Muffler maintenance. Input bus, input hatch, output hatch. Coils. Maybe it doesn't allow upgraded coils. Should we try that? That's a quick change. Honestly, again, I don't know anything about these. I just assume coils are interchangeable and you just keep making better ones and it makes the machine better. That's about my knowledge of coils. Didn't work either. Flare. Maintenance. Alright, well, we might just have to leave it like this because it's not liking me. You guys can comment what you think is wrong. And it's definitely putting the energy here, but it still shows you can put the energy up here. You think the muffler's not? No, muffler LV right there. Okay. These are heat vents. These are high temperature smelting casing. Okay. All I can think of is I have too many buses. So let's try one last thing. It was too many buses. Oh, you little puke. Like, how am I supposed to do that then? Because it needs 6 inputs. I mean, I guess we were just kind of planning for that. We don't have a specific one we need that for, but it's very confusing. I wish it had a max in the GregTech description or whatever. Watch it not like these coils now that I've replaced them twice. 4. Okay. All right, so let's see how many we can do. Okay, like that. Don't like that. So the maximum number is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 inputs and 1 output. Is that accurate to the recipes that we saw? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's find one that has 6 input or 6 solids. I can find that again. Here it is. No. 6 input, 6 solids, 1 liquid, 1 output. That's 8 buses. What are you doing to me, game? All right, well, it's built. It's multi-blocked, which makes me happier than if it was not. So a couple things we need to do. It's 4 amp IV. And I should probably get this on a recipe, but it's so quick to build. So I've got pretty much all this stuff for it. Now let's get some shellite. Just need 2 of those, and we need flux thing, node, point. So let's put this here. That's why I didn't put a roof on this room. I didn't know how tall this was going to be. It looks like we need to make it 1 taller. Give me my snippers. Let's plug this baby in. You fat? You running fast? LUV. Oh, that's a lot of power. Oh gosh. Okay. Can't run this thing at full speed. Maybe I'll tone that down if we actually need to run this for a lot of stuff. And I hate that it's not centered, so I will move this wall. That's that. And the thing about this that it says is that it's a lot better at making certain alloys and even giving us alloys that we can't get any other way. But rather than give us a dust that we then have to smelt in an EBF, it smelts it for us, but it makes a liquid form, and then we still have to vacuum freeze it as if we had a hot ingot. We just have a really hot ingot because it's molten. So I don't know. I don't know if you get better amounts. Like this is 720 is what? 144 is 1. So 288, 576 is 4. So this is like 5 ingots. And 1 black bronze dust in a mixer. It's 5. So it doesn't do it any more efficient. It's just faster because you don't have to EBF it or mix it and then EBF it, right? You just do it in here and then you still have to cool it down. So I might just put a vacuum freezer here for the liquids or maybe another one there. I don't know. I really don't know what I should be using this for right now. I mean, the quest is just like, You should get one. Okay, I got one. Let's look at the SMDs then. Clean up before we start. And I think this is going to be a lot of recipes, so it might get a little boring. But the advanced SMD, we need vanadium and fine SSG. This one we have everything for. And these are all in IV, whatever, assemblers. This one here, we need HSS foil and thin sheets. This one, find nobium titanium. I have no idea what that is. And this one, selenium and HSS rings. So more recipes than we started from. But let's go put these in the IV assembler. Which one's the IV? Elite. Oh, I made a second one. I forgot. I was like, why is it so big? I have two of them. And if we probably need a bunch of these, so I should put them on passive over the other machine, but I don't have a way yet of doing IV over there. I could really easily do it, but let's just start here. So vanadium gallium foil is a bender on, probably just do it on 10. I don't think I need plates for anything else. Why add a second recipe in there? And the other things that means, what level is this? LV, so we can put anything. Let's just go to the normal bender. I need to make a bender 10 over there. We can just put it here. That one's done. What did we know how to make vanadium gallium ingots? Cool. So that one's done. Fine HSSG is a wire mill. We can do this recipe. I don't think I need wires. And we know how to make those ingots. Cool. We're full on the wire mill 3. So I'll just stick them in here. I might maybe put a better processor over there later. The HSS foil, S foil. Then I just click here. That's a bender on 10. We know how to do that. Cool. Done. The thin polyamidal. We can extrude it. No, I was hoping you could take it from the liquid, but it looks like I have to make a solid first. So bender 10 here. Okay, and then we need to know how to make this. Find wire. I don't know if I know. Oh, I do know how to make niobium titanium. I don't remember when I added that, but apparently we do. This was a wire mill, right? Again, we don't have room on wire mill 3, but that's okay. All right, last one, plate, or last of the wires. Ooh, I don't know how to make this one. No, I know how to make them. I've just got them passive. I do them. All right. HSSE rings. An HV extruder on ring. I think we can do that. Ring extruder. Should be HV. Okay. And then last, the polyamidal ingot. We need to take the liquid form to a solid. So this one. That's the fluid solidifier. Did it say a level? ULV. Okay. Solidifier. And we want the one that makes ingots. I think. Does that have a mold? I don't know if it has a mold. It's blue. Here. That one has a mold. That one has a plate. You aren't going to work here. Why do you... Oh, it's here. Okay, good. That was the extruder. I'm looking for the casting mold, which is the ingot form, and that's what it is. Why are these glass ones here? Those aren't going to work here. Do I have another fluid solidifier somewhere? It's easier to see over here. I have this one that's just doing these. I should probably just move this over here. Purple one. You're not purple. You're somewhere. Here we go. Okay, yeah, these are for making things with no mold. Perfect. Okay. I'm amazed that has been there that long because it would not have worked. And we are good. I think we can make all of the advanced SMDs. If I could spell advanced. No, that's not how you do it either. Okay, so let's craft. Let's just do one of each and see if they work. There we go. Looks like it's working. If we go to the blue, not, nope. Yeah, you. Making anything? Oh, we didn't turn this. Done? They made 16 of them? Okay. Making some more. This one makes 64 diodes. Holy crap. One recipe. And so now I can replace a lot of my recipes that so let's like the nano processor, right? Now that I have advanced, I think it takes less of everything versus before. So 2 capacitors versus, oh, that makes 2, or 3 normal capacitors and 8. Yeah, definitely much cheaper. It does take a bigger machine to make it. But we got all of those. Is it going to give us a big ding here? Are we going to get a big ding? No? Or are we missing one? Oh, we're missing something? Oh, no. I looked all the way through here and I could not find anything with a green check mark, which means it's just going to be hiding. Or it's hidden. Oh, there it is. The data orb. Okay. Think we can do this. Let's go get the recipe for that. Oh, I'm right here. I'm literally right here. Data orb. This is in a circuit assembler. EV needs all this stuff, which we can make. EV circuit assembler. Might as well put it in the IV. I don't have an IV circuit. All right, make me a data orb. This could take a while. Okay, so it's only going to craft 2 of these wafers, which is not bad. Which one makes wafers? One of you. Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah, we already had the doped wafer. We're just turning it pink. That's not that long a recipe, 45 seconds. It's gonna do it twice. Everything else is available. So thumbs up. I really hoped I was done with the quest, but now I'm happy that I was going to be really upset if it didn't give like a big ding when we were done with the chapter. It was just hiding right here. So you guys that have completed the pack, how close? Now that I've finished Automation Age, I still have Futuristic Mechanisms, which is not huge, but I think a lot of these are pretty involved. And then we've got Stargate. I have no idea. I know they still have quite a few multi-blocks to even consider, but I don't know if Adventures in Abydos is done. This pack is still technically a beta. They still add new things all the time. But I know up to here, I think, is done. I'm not sure if things are changing here. But there are a few things like we haven't built the large sieve and the void excavator. I've done this. Check that off. The rock sifter. So there's a few like upgraded versions of these multi-blocks that we've been using. We probably need to use to get more materials. I don't know how to drill in the nether. I don't know how to get to the nether. Should I be doing that? I think I've done all of this. I just haven't checked it off. Yeah, we've done all these. Okay. Line of progression wise, we're halfway, almost done with the Ivy line, and then we'll be moving into the LUV right there. There's still some multi-blocks I have not made at all. Large sifter, large autoclave, large forming press, large rock crusher. And then there's even like larger versions of these. I don't know where they are. Are they these ones? Rotary machine. I don't know. There's like, oh, maybe these are over here. Large wire factory. So this is like a big multi-block that does wires like incredibly fast. Super, super crazy fast. And so all of our large machines can be now turned into these large factories. And we're going to need that to handle all the ore processing that we're going to be getting so many ores so fast that we're going to need these. So what do you think? What should I get first and which ones? Probably definitely the macerator. All the ones that we're using in ore processing, definitely. So yeah. I don't know, we've got factories for assemblers. That's a crazy one. I love the look of them though. They're just kind of weird shapes. How are we going to put them in rooms to make them look nice? I don't know. Do we start a new building? Do we keep building into this? Do we have a second floor? Who knows? I just feel I'm kind of limited at this point because my hallways are not very good. I like built a room here and then this hallway goes down this way and this way. I wanted it to kind of look like that, a little more crazy, you know, just endless hallways with rooms, but I think that's going to prevent us from like hugely expanding, and we need to go more like this and just have very structured open areas. Okay. Anyway, so let's see, is that data orbit done? Here we go. There we go. That's the sound I've been looking for. Oh, okay. Let's get our reward for that. Just another star. Okay. And we're into futuristic mechanisms. Things we have unlocked. Obviously, get the LUV circuit. We've got this EV clean room. We've built all the SMDs. We want the advanced ones. Aluminum, RAM, copper wire. Like, actually, this is really easy. We could make this super fast. Should we try and make one of these? Yeah, look, I literally have everything. Okay. And this goes in an EV circuit assembly. It's not what I was intending to make, but I'm gonna do it. Oh, I already have it. Oh, but I don't have the advanced, so I should switch it to use the advanced. Okay, so LUV. Wait, what? Oh, it's called the nano processor mainframe. I really made one? I think I just was bored one day. I'm like, oh, I can make all these. I just never put them in inventory. Okay, whatever. We're into LUV, guys. That was anticlimactic. Okay, whatever. So parallel control hatches now that I can use these LUV circuits. I'm gonna have to get some other stuff, but that allows, if I put that in the machine that allows it at least, we can run 4 recipes at the same time. So it's a 4x increase. I'm not sure what it does to the power. And then we've got the elite circuit assembler, which I need to put here. Following my pattern with all the other ones. So that'll go there. We've got some new armor. And then what? We need to go to the assembly line. Okay. And this is kind of crazy. We have to scan some kind of thing to learn about it. That creates data about it. We get a data stick, and then we stick it in this assembly line, which is this giant block. And this is kind of like the distillery, where based on the recipe, how many inputs you need, it's going to grow. So it can grow long ways. So this one needs 6 inputs. It will have 3 extra rows on the back of it to hold the inputs. So I did do enough research to know that. Yeah, we need the new things. We know how to do that. We need this grating and casing. More casing. And then we just need a data access hatch. And so the lowest one we can get is EV. An EV input bus, some data sticks, and some EV circuits, and GTFE. Okay. What were the other things? Just search assembly. So the grating, iron, steel, MV. Really? Okay, that's cool. EV circuits, some IV things, HPIC. Okay. Other than recipes, nothing hard there. Some IV, some Ruridit. Okay, I think we have some Ruridit. I'm not sure how much. The assembly line itself, pretty easy. Okay. Oh, we did not have any Ruridit. What is Ruridit made from? Mixing iridium and ruthenium. And that was for Flatline. We have 822 and 1432. So we can make a little bit. But that's not a lot. Retro. Or thinking of it in the grand scheme of things, if I'm using a lot. Okay, and is Ruridit something that I can cook in that new... Which one needed Ruridit? One of you did. This one, Ruridit gear. Okay. Can I get Ruridit fluid from the... No. Okay, that answers my question. I was wondering if I could use the new smelter that we just built to get Ruridit fluid. That is not the case. Ruridit ingots. Oh, we can. It's right here. So ruthenium and iridium with argon makes molten rudite. And then we just take that in a vacuum freezer to get the rudite ingots. We're going to take that in a extruder to get the gears. Okay, I'm going to wait on the essence stuff and start looking at some of those things, since we now have an actual thing we can use. So we need a recipe first. So I don't know what the difference between liquid rudite and molten rudite is, but we want the molten stuff. Okay. This is circuit 12. That's probably going to be a problem. Oh. Maybe 2. So it doesn't use the argon. It saved me a minute using some argon. How much argon do we got? Oh, we got a lot. Okay, do a lot of other recipes use 12? 23 of them do. So maybe we just make this the ABS 12. I think that's what we do. Okay. So not going to be passived. We're going to do this recipe here. We have both of those dusts. We have argon gas. So that's really all we need. We're going to need a pattern provider. Let's just go ahead and get an extended right off the bat. There were like 24 recipes. That's going to go into an interface. I think I already have some flat ones. Maybe. They always hide on me because they do not sort very well in this backpack. Okay, that interface is then going to go to a number of storage buses. So let's go. Can't remember if there's a floor underneath or not. There's not. Can I get a floor, please? Where are you, Chisel? Where actually is this thing? Let me dig down real quick. I'll just drag it from here. Okay, oh, I'm stuck inside the worm. So let's just go and open all of the things below it. And let's get a wrench. Ooh, my wrench is almost running out. One wrench. All of these to face. Oops. Okay, that's all our inputs. Yes. So we're going to put, we need another interface. It's going to be for the output right there. Storage buses. Okay, I might move the output so it's easier to do a subnet for this. That, I'll put it in the front. Okay. That means we can do that with this one too. Cool. So now we pull up all these dudes. And we have a interface here. And then we do a pattern provider here. And in one of these, I need to put a 12. And then pattern provider, you get this recipe. And then we connect this. Just make sure to touch any of the other cables. It's the closest way to something. And then I need to attach this. That'll be the output. Okay. First, let's get somewhere to store the stuff we're making. I only think I need a 1K. It's probably fine. And we'll say you are molten bridet. Actually, I'm not sure I need to store any of this because it's immediately going to go to the vacuum freezer. We have no purpose for it as a fluid, but I guess just temporary holding we'll have something for it. Okay. I think that's all we need. Is that as easy as that? I don't know. Here we go. Okay, so I need to take off the circuit number. So it doesn't think it needs one. It's gonna have to make, oh, yeah, no, it's got everything ready to go. It should just turn on. No, no, it's not gonna work. Offline. Oh, we need power. We need power. I don't know what that noise was. So let's go. Quartz fiber power. Now are you happy? Huh. Let's try it again. Okay, put some ruthenium dust there. Some iridium dust. Put some argon. It did put some argon. It's got a program 12 there. I wonder if this. Let's try that. Can't remember what I did on the LCR. Put this back here. Grab the circuit again and grab. And in here, we'll tell you. I always do that. I shift click the thing in there. We'll tell you. Tell the circuits we want 12. And then you need one. Hmm. RTM. RTMLA. Okay. How many are 24 going to take? Too long. I think I could probably make 12 at a time. Craft more vanadium steel or something. I don't know. Or the foils. Yeah, the foils are used from passive. Weird. Yeah, why does it think it needs these? Oh, because crafting these needs them. Oh, yeah. Yeah. That's fine. All right, so we're not going to be able to finish this ABS today. I think it's all configured right. We just need to switch the coils. And that was my bad for just guessing. Like, I didn't know what we were going to cook in here, so I just picked one. But that is a pretty good day, I think, in this mod pack. So I've got room for a second one of these over here if I don't want to use, if I run out of configurations for this one. The second one here. Put a roof on this, and we'll call this done for now. If we need to get a bunch of these set up later for passive stuff, then we'll do that. But yeah, we passed a chapter. We're done. So again, next time I think we're going to work on everything required for the nether crystals. See how far we can progress on that. Did I ever show that I'm starting to process some of the other ones here? I'm just building up a good amount of the basic ones. So we need to start using these. We have them. I think I showed this. So a bunch of them going. So yeah, we have lots of those. We can get started just using Essence for everything if we want, or nothing. I don't know. I don't think it's required. I think you can do this back without doing it. And then yeah, where do we start here? There's, looks like rhodium plated palladium is our next like main material for our hull and all the machines. And then twinite is our next superconductor for power. So that's probably where we want to get going there. And then we've got our next circuit level. So we can go from nano to quantums if we come through the reinforced epoxy. We should be able to do. And then get into the assembler. Why does laminated glass not unlocked? I can make laminated glass. What's this one? Polyvinyl neutral plate. Oh, what's the prereq? Oh, I need to do all this. I think we've done this. Maybe not. Yeah, okay. I'll maybe just go through and do that right now, just to finish off some quests. And we'll see you next time. Thanks for watching, guys. Make sure you comment below if you have anything to say, and like, subscribe. Catch you later.